If you believe economists, the chances have never been greater that Greece is heading for the Eurozone exit door. And one legal analyst has said EU leaders are already considering the possibility, even if they haven't admitted it.
I think for many years talking about the possibility of a Eurozone withdrawal was simply a taboo. But I think the dam has burst because so many people are now talking about it. It's not a possibility that can be ignored anymore.
But wouldn't it be slightly incompetent of EU leaders not to be considering legally how they would deal with a situation whereby Greece were to want to exit of its own volition?
One assumes that a certain amount of contingency work has been done, but it's been kept secret, against the political backdrop that the Eurozone must hold together.
What's standing in their way is this, the EU treaty, more than 400 pages long and no easy euro escape routes. Take, for example, Article 128.
The provision states that the European Central Bank has the exclusive right to issue euro banknotes within the Union. It's quite clear from Article 128 of the treaty that only the European Central Bank and the national central banks within the euro system can issue banknotes at a legal tender. So if Greece independently goes off and issues new banknotes that are supposed to be legal tender in Greece, then that will clearly be a breach of this provision of the treaty.
And so what I suppose this means is that Greece has irrevocably surrendered its right to have a currency.
Yes, they don't have the ability to create their own monetary system. They've transferred that to European institutions.
There is one escape clause inside this document, but the consequences for Greece make it look more like a trapdoor than an emergency exit. This is Article 50. It doesn't mention a way out of the Eurozone, but it does offer a dramatic alternative.
Article 50 says that any member state can decide to withdraw from the Union in accordance with its own constitutional requirements. Unfortunately, that only contemplates withdrawal from the EU as a whole and doesn't allow for separate withdrawal just from the single currency. I don't think it's going to be practical to do that in the time that's available and against the backdrop of a financial crisis.
Changing a treaty like this could take time, and that's something Greece doesn't have these days, which is why some say treaty change through the back door might have to do the trick.
Any solution would have to take place effectively outside this document. Withdrawal from the Eurozone by Greece would be a breach of the treaty without any question, but these things happen.
And if it does, the whole thing is up in the air again.